Hi guys, and welcome to my showcase and tutorial for Raffles. Raffles is a plugin that lets you create raffles for your server. You can have as many concurrent, active or future raffles as you like, and the plugin also supports wipe raffles, which are raffles that are basically held all the way through until the server wipes, and then the players will get rewards when the server wipes. So anyway, let's jump into it and we can go through the features. So to access the Raffles plugin, you need to use the Raffles command. It's a console or server or a chat command. So the default one is Raffle or Raffles. Don't worry about the spam on the side here. I've got it turned up just for testing. And you can see here we're presented with four menu options. Now, if you don't have any prizes in your redemption pool, you'll actually only be presented with 3 options. That's the active raffles, which are the ones that are running right now. The future raffles, the wipe, which is the raffles that are in the config with a future date and time, but haven't, obviously the date and time requirements aren't met, and white raffles, which is the raffles that you'll have that basically when a player purchases raffle tickets from any other raffle, will give them an entry into the white raffles to win the white raffle. So let's go into the active raffles and we can see what's in here. So I've created one here for cooking. So you can see here any raffles will basically appear on this list, and multiple raffles will basically spawn a next menu allowing you to flick in between. You can have as many raffles active as you like. So you can click the raffle to access the information, and you can see here this is the raffle information. So I've got the information panel here which shows us the raffle close date. So this is when the raffle will end and it will roll the winner. This is how many tickets have been sold. This is the tickets remaining, which is basically how many tickets the raffle has in total. By default it's set to 0, which means there is no limit, whereas if you wanted to set a limit to how many raffle tickets can be sold, you can. And that will abide by the limit. And then you got the ticket cost, which is how much it costs per ticket. So you can see it costs 1 wolf skull, 1 charcoal, so 100 charcoal and 50 bone fragments. And you can also enter in different values, which will adjust these as well. So let's just say I wanted to buy 10 we'll just say maybe 2 raffle tickets. I click purchase. I've now owned 2 raffle tickets. If I wanted to purchase 10, if I have the resources, I don't. So it says I don't have enough charcoal. So we'll just maybe purchase another 5. Nope, haven't got enough in there. Yep. So that's how you purchase raffle tickets, and these are the item prizes. These are the prizes over here. So the prizes are comprised of two types. You have your item prizes, which are basically just items that you receive upon winning the raffle. And then you have the additional prizes, which are either economic rewards, server rewards, or additional prize commands. So these will run command, and you can add whatever commands you like. This could be a command to give, epic loot items or cooking items, or give a mini copter, or basically whatever you wanted to do. So you can have as many commands and item rewards as you like, and you can just flick between them on the prize pool here. So you can see here this one's going to be finishing at 6 o'clock today. I guess it is technically the 4th, so it'll be finishing in about 15 hours. So now we're going to check the future raffles and see what raffles we have coming up. So I've got 2 in here at the moment. We've got the epic loot raffle, which is a raffle I've created for my epic loot plugin. Now we've got the mega resources raffle. So we'll check the epic loot raffle here. We can see here this one's due to start at 6 PM on the 5th, so it'll be 6 PM technically tomorrow. And then we have the ticket costs. We have scrap and we have tech trash. Now, because this is a future raffle and because I have admin permissions, you're presented with an option here that allows you to force start the raffle. And what this will do is this will change the raffle start date to basically the current date and time, and we'll start the raffle on for that period, for that duration. Item prizes. So you can see here again, we can see our item prizes and we can see additional prizes. So you can see I've got a random, a command here which generates a random S tier item for the player, and also provides them with 100 epic scrap. So it's an example of how you can use it with the other plugins. And then we have the mega resources raffle, which is really just all about dumping a heap of items on the player for winning a raffle, obviously with a higher raffle ticket cost. So now, if you wanted to force start this, I can press proceed, and you can see here a new raffle has started. It'll run for 24 hours, and you can view active and future raffles by typing in the Raffles command. So we can go back to active raffles now. We can see Mega Racehorse Raffles has been started. We'll go for 24 hours, which is the raffle close date here. Cool, so we can maybe purchase raffle ticket for that one as well. If I go back into my cooking one, you can see I still have the raffle tickets there too. So, and then wipe raffles. So wipe raffles are the raffles that will basically run when the server wipes. So you can see here raffle will be drawn when the server wipes. Any raffle ticket that is purchased during this wipe will give you an entry into the winning, into winning this raffle. The winner will be redeemed, so we'll be able to redeem their prizes through the redemption window, and we have a maximum entries per player. You can set this to 0, and that means there will be no maximum entries per player, and basically the more the player spends on raffle tickets during the wipe, the more chances they have of getting these wipe prizes. And the theory behind these wipe prizes is it gives them a little bit of something to start the following wipe with. So you can see here in my example, I've got some starting scrap, a nice pretty pink kit for them to begin with, a pistol and 100 bullets, some food, a pickaxe and a hatchet. And you can see here we have our economic rewards, our points and our commands. And this is a command that will run on wipe, so it's just an example of a command that you can run. Now if we look at the prize redemption, the prizes are again broken up into both segments. You've got the item prizes and then other prizes. If I click on other, I don't actually have any prizes here to redeem, so it'll populate this. Whereas if I click on items, it'll show me what items I have. Now from here I'm given two options. I can either click the redeem all button, which will redeem both all of my items and my other prizes in one fell swoop, or I can click the item directly to redeem it. So let's do that. I now have my prize and I no longer have any rewards. So if I click back, the rewards panel has been removed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to unload the plugin, manually change the end dates, or the end dates of the active raffles, and we'll see what it looks like when the raffles finish. Okay, so I've adjusted the raffles, so the end dates are basically due to finish in less than a minute. So what's going to happen here is these raffles are going to, as soon as the end date ticks over and the timer cycles through and sees that it is the same time, so the timer is scheduled to check every 60 seconds, it's going to provide me with, it's going to basically announce that I've won the raffle and that it's happy days. So let's just wait for that to happen. Awesome. So you can see here I won both raffles. So if I type on raffle now, go to redeem prize, you can see all of our prizes are now here. Now I've got a random meal and a random 100 random ingredients that I can redeem as well. So let's start redeeming. So let's say get one of the sushis. I've now got one, which works with the cooking plugin, as you can see, and I now have the perk from sushi. And that works with all the same, so you can... if we wanted to click one of the commands here, so for example I want to give a random meal. You see I've just received some bread, which is terrible, but that's fine. And if I wanted to click the other as well, 100 random ingredients. Oh, that was going to give me cloth, but looks like cooking had a fit about that. So anyway, now if I wanted to redeem the rest of the items, I could just click redeem all, and it just gives me everything into my inventory. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. So nice and simple. Easy to run. If you you can create future raffles, add them to your server. You can also force start raffles as well. So if, for instance, I wanted to run redo one of those raffles that we just did. Let me just grab the name of it, so I can go maybe the cooking raffle again. So I can type in force start raffle and then the name of the raffle. You can see here the raffle's now been started again. Any raffle that's or that has already been completed that you don't force start won't respawn, even if you make amendments and adjustments in the config, unless you give it a new name. So that's actually a perfect segue into the next section, which is the config. I'll see you there. Alright, so this is the config for Raffles. We'll just take it item by item and I'll explain what each does. So general settings at the moment is just simply the commands to access the Raffles menu. You can set as many or as few commands as you like. If this is ever empty, it'll default to Raffles. Sound settings are just simply the sound effects that you're hearing when I was interacting with the menu and receiving Raffles and that sort of thing. So you can change them to your heart's content. If you want to disable any of the interface, any of the sound effects, you can just simply set them to empty or null, whatever your preference is, and that'll turn them off and those sounds won't play. Notification settings, so this is basically where you can set up and where the plugin kind of works with other plugins such as UI Notify and Send GUI Announcement. So you can have it so it sends a chat message, a notification, and a GUI announcement when things happen. You can see here when the winner is notified, which is that one that we saw before, which is obviously since gone now, where the player was what we said on the New Go one. New raffle announcements. So this is basically when a raffle gets announced, like either you force start a raffle or it just simply organically starts based on the time. This is when settings for being able to disable certain types of message types. Ending raffles, this is basically when a raffle ends. Now it's either going to post this when a player wins, when it ends but there was no winner, so no one entered the raffle for whatever reason. And then active raffle reminders, this one has a set interval, so you can see I've got mine set 10 seconds, probably a little bit too often, so maybe something around that 1800 second, which I think it works out to be about 30 minutes. You could set that too, and that'll basically send that notification that you see spamming my my chat box there with how many active raffles there are currently. UI Notify plugin settings, this is just the message type. If you're not familiar with that, go check the plugin page for that one. GUI announcements is just simply the color for each part of the announcement banner and any position adjustments. And then we've got the raffles, so you can see it's broken up into standard and wipe raffles. So standard raffles are basically just any raffle that can run during a wipe, and wipe raffles are those unique ones that will only run at the beginning of a force wipe or at the beginning of a server wipe. So each player will accumulate entries over the course of that wipe. So if we have a look at the data file here, you can see this is wipe raffle entries. My Steam ID has 23 of them. And it'll basically use those entries to roll each wipe raffle that you've entered. Basically, if you wanted to create your own entries though, so what you'll need is you'll need to grab just from about here and just copy and paste that into copy and paste it below. We can just change the name of it, so say our test raffle. We can set this, we want to start this in, say, on the 10th of April 2024 at, say, 12 PM. The raffle is going to go for 72 hours, we want it to go for 3 days. We're going to make it so it's 10 scrap per raffle ticket and no tech parts. And then we have the maximum tickets, we can set to 0 for unlimited. We have our prizes, so you can add whatever you like. I don't know, we'll just, for some reason players want blood, so we're going to say blood. Set the skin ID to 0, and we'll set the name to null because we don't want to give it an overriding name. I'm just going to use the name blood. We don't want to give any up. Well, actually, we'll give 1,000 economic dollars, and we'll give 250 server reward dollars points. And we're just going to, we don't want to run any other commands. Well, maybe we do actually. So we're going to say this test worked. I'm going to say our test our command description. Cool. Alright, so what we've done is we've created our raffle. Gonna save it, gonna reload the plugin, and let's see if it's in there. Our test raffle starts at 12 PM on the 10th of the 4th. There's our ticket costs, there's our blood rewards, and our economic and everything else rewards. So if we proceed, we can see it's now an active raffle, and we can purchase raffle tickets. Okay, so that's how you can basically set up raffles. If you wanted to adjust white raffles, for instance, let's just minimize the raffles now, go to white raffles. So if we wanted to add multiple white raffles, we can simply copy and paste to the default example, which will just simply be scrap. It's not my modified example here, and paste it just like we did below and do exactly the same thing. It's a really easy config to manipulate. So really that's all there is to it. I plan on adding a few more features to it as I come up with them, but if you have any suggestions or ideas, as always, please don't hesitate to get in touch and let me know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it. Cheers.